Okay, well, let's go into a little bit more detail here. Mehmet Akif Kirecci is a professor of international relations at the Social Sciences University of Ankara, and he's joining us live from the Turkish capital now. Mehmet, I want to move away from Gaza just for a minute to talk about this meeting between these two leaders. How significant was it?
It's a very important meeting, actually, after 12 years of such a disconnection between the two important countries of the region. As you know, the geopolitical realities in the region dictates, in a way, to cooperate with Turkey, with Egypt, despite the number of issues that the two countries are having or had since the Arab Spring. The first one was being Muslim Brotherhood's policies of Sisi government. Erdogan criticized Sisi for that. And then there are some issues in Libya. And obviously another major issue is the maritime borders issue of the two countries in the Eastern Med. But I think the top on their agenda, the number one issue should be Gaza. Israel's relentless assault on Gaza, again, changed all the parameters in the region, security parameters, cooperation parameters, and so forth. So I think to be able to put pressure together on Netanyahu government in order to force him to sustainable peace, ceasefire as soon as possible, I think it's number one item in their agenda. So I think after more than a decade, bringing of these two leaders together, Sisi welcomed Erdogan right out of his plane, is a very important critical turning point in the region. Netanyahu, in fact, is sort of forcing regional actors to cooperate together because of this geopolitical realpolitik, if you will.
As you were saying there, the two leaders, Al-Sisi and Erdogan, haven't always seen eye to eye on everything. Is this meeting then, is it a victory of pragmatism, of practical politics, of moving forward over perhaps the more ideological differences that have separated them in the past?
Yes, in many ways, that's a very correct picturing of the realities on the ground. Like I said, there are a number of issues. For instance, humanitarian aid cannot actually go into Gaza, and Turkey and Egypt needs to cooperate on that, not only to pressure Netanyahu government, but perhaps more importantly to pressure U.S. government, specifically. Biden is taking one step, forward, two steps backward in terms of ending this meaningless war on the civilians of Gaza. So that's one thing. Another one is I like to highlight, for instance, the Egyptians' attitude, the Egyptian government's attitude in the maritime border issue, that they were always careful not to alienate Turkey's requests and demands regarding the exclusive economic zones in the Mediterranean. Because if Egypt signs a deal, bilateral deal with Turkey, their gain will be more than if they go along with the Israeli project in exclusive economic zones. So I think there is also a big round for the two countries to cooperate further, not only in defense. That's another surprising item that Minister of Foreign Affairs of Turkey mentioned that Turkey should be able to, or is in fact willing to sell drones to Egypt. That was a very big surprise. So I think it opened up another item in the table, but also trade, which was almost, I don't want to say non-existent, but there was a huge limitations on the bilateral trade. So there's a big room to improve the relations, bilateral relations in defense, in industry, in cultural affairs, so on and so forth. But the most important of which is the geopolitical necessity of the recent developments in the region, in fact, obliges the two countries to cooperate further and deeper.
Absolutely. Mehmet Akif Kirecci, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you.